Ooh. Okay, y'all. Happy Monday. Hello, hello. If you don't know who I am, my name is Amber Stewart. I'm the owner of the Stew Project, where I help people maximize their living potential by simply taking emphasis on wellness. So, um, disclaimer, I'm coming here to rant, okay? Coming here on my fitness specialist, exercise physiologist hat on to talk to you all about um, simple mindsets that are keeping you stuck or keeping you from reaching your body goals, basically. Because, I've been saying this and a client of mine, and it's been grinding my gears because I was even talking to my boss about this, and of course he's a trainer, and we were just like, bro, it's this. You can like tell them what to do. You can give them a foolproof plan, and they can think that they're following it exactly, but they're not, and they're dropping the ball here and there, and then they just want to go and blame you. So I'm just roll through some things that came to my mind. All right. So first things first. First thing I want to rant about is that hiring a coach or a trainer isn't a magic pill for success. Okay. Okay. Just like you don't earn a diploma the same day you enroll in college, you don't get your dream body the moment you sign up to work with a trainer or a coach. You have to learn things. You have to shift your mindset. You have to grow. You have to be patient. You have to shift some habits, okay? Do some adjustments. All right, this is a lifestyle change. A coach is there to guide you, keep you accountable, and help you to avoid self sabotage. You have to show up. You have to put in the work, not just when they're watching, but every single day. And too often people will come in and say, well, I remember when I first started training, I had a client, I would see her once a week for 30 minutes. And I want to say after working with her for 3 or 4 months, I would tell her all the time about eating habits and this and that. And she came to me and was like, well, Amber, I'm coming to you once a week for 30 minutes. Like, I'm coming to you once a week. Like, why am I not seeing results? And so she was kind of looking at me like, what are you doing wrong? And so I had to tell her, like, yo, I see you 30 minutes out of a 7 day time span. Like, you are responsible for your results. I'm just telling you what to do. You just came to me for my expertise. I'm not going to put your shoes on. I'm not going to put your pants on. I'm not here to call you to remind you when to show up. Putting that card to that swipe or putting in your bank account information, like paying for that trainer is you signing up for the accountability. If it's actually, because most people are like, oh, if I pay the money, I'm going to get what I want out of it. Like, paying for a trainer or coach is saying that I'm not going to waste your time. You're not going to waste my time. I'm going to do the work. I trust that you will help me discover the perfect plan for me to get my results. All right. So, but I digress. Anywho, another thing. You can't lie to your trainer about the effort that you're putting in and still expect results. And I say this just because I had a client do a food diary, and there were certain meals and things she would leave off of her food diary. And she would send me pictures, but when I would come to train with her, she would tell me, oh yeah, and I was snacking last night. And I was like, I get no pictures of that. And so they're like, oh yeah, I forgot to send that to you. Um, you may think that that's okay. It's like, oh, like what my trader won't know won't hurt me, but what what you allow will hurt you. What you skim and your shortcuts and these little white lies, it's hurting your results. And you know, fitness is one of those things where the effort you put in is exactly what you get out. And you can't expect Trainer Joe, Trainer Lucy to do the work for you. Like, that's probably why they look so fit, because they're doing the work. Okay? They're doing the work. You gotta do it too. And it's not just exercise, it's diet, it's stress management, it's sleep, it's healing those inner wounds, because the body keeps the score. Okay, past trauma buries yourself in the body. It hides in fat. Okay, what do you think is in the fat cells? Oh, anywho, you know, I digress. Another topic I want to talk about. Okay, because I specifically work with clients who have chronic health conditions. And so if you're dealing with a chronic health condition, it's important to shift your focus, because too many people prioritize weight loss over actual health when that is actually ass backwards. Okay? You know, if you think of your body like a house on fire, if the fire is raging, do you worry about how the furniture looks? Or do you try to focus on putting the fire out? You put the fire out. So diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, all of these, even arthritis, all of these chronic health conditions stem from chronic low-grade inflammation. So if your focus isn't on managing that inflammation and getting it to stop, you're never going to get the body that you want, because you're putting emphasis on the wrong syllable. I don't know what movie I got. I really don't know what movie that is. If you remember what movie that is on, please leave a message in the comments. But anyway, emphasis on the wrong syllable, basically. Like, putting emphasis on the wrong syllable. Like, you're going to be lost in translation. And that just basically further shows that you do not have a good mind-body connection. Because if you can't listen to your body and say, things feel off. I feel like I need rest. I feel like I need to eat more vegetables. I need to eat more protein. Like, when you're really in tune with your body, you know what you need. You know, you need more stress. You know, you need less stress, but you know what you need. And if you're constantly trying to overwork, overperform, and just do all this and that, then there's a disconnect in your mind body. All right, point blank, period. But long story short, when you start listening to what your body truly needs, rest, better nutrition, healing from past trauma, you're naturally moved toward feeling and looking better. So it's not about, oh my gosh, gotta look better. And you know, I understand, because doctors, they shift your focus from getting healthier to losing weight. A lot of doctors, when you go in there and like, your health levels are looking bad, you really need to get that weight down. So, you know, that's why I'm in the position that I'm at. That's why I do these talks, to help you shift your mindset back to what you need to focus on so you can get results. But anywho, another thing I want to talk about is self-talk. Okay, how often do you point the finger at your trainer, your workout clothes, or the lack of equipment as a reason you're not making progress? And not even that, even like your family members or your loved one, your spouse. It's like, you know what, he always talking about the way I eat. He don't like me when I get this type of cooking, so I have to do this. Like, it's a lot of pointing when ultimately you're giving your power away from your health. And at some point, you got to recognize when you're making excuses for your subpar behavior. So pointing the finger at other people, saying little things like, oh, I know I shouldn't do this, but you know, it's just a little bit. You know, it's just this one time. I know it wasn't done good, but this is gonna be the last time I buy this. I'm not gonna buy this no more. You know, what you're really saying is, I am aware that this is not helping me. I'm aware that this no longer serves me. I'm aware that This is keeping me from reaching my goals. This is saying I'm aware that I am not respecting my body's needs, but it's okay. It's all right. It's just this one time. And so at some point, you got to recognize, like, hey, this is not okay. Because it's month 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these little excuses, and you're still not seeing results. So at some point, you gotta stop being nice to yourself. You're being too easy on yourself. You gotta know when to push yourself and when to pump the brakes. Honestly, that's what you get a trainer or a coach for. You get a trainer or a coach to help you recognize when you're pushing yourself too hard and when to go. They help you set a good pace. So I don't know. I love trainers and coaching. So do this shit. I can rep this shit all day. But anywho, long story short, this journey is about more than just looking good. It's about transformation. Real change is uncomfortable. Okay. When a baby pops out of his mama's for JJ for the first time, it's crying. It's not coming out with maracas dancing. No, it's crying. Not tears of joy. Like, it's red. This is uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable, but you know what? You adapt. And so I understand that it's tough to be in a place, a job, or a relationship, or even a body that isn't serving you, but you don't necessarily have the strength or the motivation to move on. But the thing is, like, that discomfort won't leave until you do something about it. This is why we go to the unhealthy coping mechanisms. This is why we go to the comfort food, because we're uncomfortable and we don't know which move or decision or step to take. So we just go to what feels good in the moment. That could be that toxic relationship. It can be that TV show, that video game, that favorite food, to just make yourself feel good in the moment. But at the end of the day, that moment will subside and that discomfort comes back. But you know what? If you learn how to harness that discomfort and move yourself through that discomfort and say, you know what, this is uncomfortable, but I am going to put myself in a position to where I don't have to experience this anymore. See, that's the difference between losing weight and shifting your lifestyle, okay, to where you're changing your body. Because you can lose weight, you can gain weight, but when you change your mindset and shift your lifestyle, your old body is gone, because that mindset they gave you, that body is gone. It's all full circle. You have to shift. And oftentimes that weight gain comes on because it's helping you find where to put those pent up emotions, those bottled up, compartmentalized feelings that you haven't addressed, that unhealed trauma. And so this is why oftentimes when you start exercising, you're getting healthier, certain things will come up that'll trigger you, that'll make you want to stop. It gets too hard. I get it. Okay. But you have to learn to work with those feelings. This is why exercise helps you build mental, physical, emotional resilience. Exercise is so powerful, and your growth is waiting on the other side of your growth is waiting on the other side of consistency and accountability. And the question that you have to tell yourself is, am I ready to shift my mindset to get real results? Because nothing will change unless you shift your mindset. This is why a lot of people gain weight, lose it back, or lose weight, gain it. This is why, and honestly, if you have these issues with your body and your weight, you probably have them in other areas of your life. Maybe in your career, your finances, your relationships, your health, anything. Like, it's a mirror. So I don't know. If you need help shifting your mindset, there are a few ways I can help you. One, you can go to thestewproject.com. I have a variety of blogs and free resources to help you shift your mindset. I also have a mind body mastery course that can help you work through the mental blocks that are holding you back, and while building your new habits for your future self. And lastly, April 3rd through the 17th, I have a spring cleanse coming up. And it's a nutritional detox cleanse, and we're going to be cleansing our mind, body, and spirit. This is a truly transformational cleanse. I have had people lose 14 pounds. By the end of the cleanse, I had people lose 4 pounds in 4 days. I had people reduce their anxiety, clear their skin, reduce their bloating. Results may vary, but it's dependent on your efforts. And if you have a hard time getting started or staying consistent with your results, if you have a hard time putting purpose or intention behind what you do with your lifestyle habits, then this cleanse will be perfect for you. You can go to thestewproject.com for more information about that. So I hope this has been helpful. Hopefully, the information I've provided can help you shift your mindset. And if you're triggered, good. If you're triggered by anything that I say, good. All right, because I want to push you to be your best self. I'm not the only one that's going to be growing around here. You guys to grow too. Okay, so I love you. Have a good one.